Are you one of those people that starts a new year really well? You set goals, start eating better, hit the gym, but come around January 15th, you're back on the sofa eating ice cream out of the tub.
Guys, I'm eating junk and watching rubbish. You better come out and stop me.
Well, you're certainly not alone. Research shows that only about 9% of resolution makers feel like they've achieved their goal by the end of the year. With around 40 to 50% of all New Year's resolutions being based around health and fitness, it is clear that we see the value in leading a healthy lifestyle. So why do so few go on to make the change? Well, I've broken down the main issues into 3 basic problems. Problem 1, setting basic goals. A goal needs depth and meaning. It's not as simple as I want to lose fat or I want to lose 10 kilograms by March. What happens when you lose some body fat or 10 kilograms? Are you done? No, because you'd very likely be back at square one in no time. Health and fitness is a lifelong game. Yes, you need to have specific goals, but also some long-term, less concrete goals. A great starting point is thinking where you would like to be in your fitness journey in the next 5 years. Your goal would be vastly different, more complex, more about feelings and learning and understanding the process. Looking this far into the future requires you to deeply understand the motives behind your goals, not just relying on motivation. For example, if your true motive to lose weight is just to be confident around the opposite sex, as long as that truly inspires you, then you need to fully focus on that. Your reason for change needs to be powerful because often the superficial motives lead to superficial outcomes. I remember reading an amazing concept in Atomic Habits by James Clear, which I would highly recommend, by the way. He talked about becoming the type of person that does your goal, not just doing your goal. For example, instead of setting a goal to run a 5K, set a goal to become a runner. With 5K as your goal, you'll probably throw your shoes on and run until your face is red. Whereas a runner has probably carefully planned their routes and their distances, has a structured program, an understanding of proper running technique and nutrition requirements. They've created an identity that is bigger than any goal. Yes, they'll still have goals, but the major difference is they've made their habit a part of their lifestyle. Problem number 2, creating unrealistic habits. This will be my 7th year working in a commercial gym, so I can say from experience, I've seen and heard it all. In January, I consistently see a host of newbies training 6 or 7 days a week, and then in February, they are never seen again. The mistake here is relying solely on motivation and not relying on building and integrating a long-term habit. Creating a new habit takes time. My advice is just to start small, like really small. Work out what is the minimal effective dose that you can fit into your routine. An example could be integrating a 30-minute gym session into your week or logging just your breakfast in a food tracking app. These may seem small and less impactful, but remember the goal is long-term here. Once these habits become comfortable, you can then think, right, I maybe could add an additional 30-minute session here, or maybe I already have the scales out from tracking breakfast, maybe I could just start now tracking lunches. In no time, you'll see those tiny habits expand and expand and expand until they become a key part of your day-to-day life. It's funny, I actually came back to this script because of a conversation I had on the 29th of December with a gym member. I was opening up around 5:45 AM and there was an older woman just walking around looking a little bit lost. So we ended up having a chat and she told me that her plan was to have a 2-hour gym session every 2 days. Now, this is a prime example of great intentions but poor execution. I basically explained everything in this video, and together we ran through a little plan that basically cut her gym time in half but increased the effectiveness by only focusing on 6 exercises every 4 weeks. This is basically going to allow her to integrate the habit of coming to the gym as easy and as stress-free as possible. Problem 3, implementing all or nothing. Now, this is something I personally struggle with and have done for years. The all or nothing approach is a recipe for disaster, especially in the fitness world. You cannot be 100% all the time. Everybody messes up, has days off, misses workouts, forgets to log their food, sleeps in. The people that make genuine progress are the ones that come back even harder from these minor setbacks. They see these mistakes as opportunities to learn and to be better. You need to understand there will always be hurdles and you will fall at some, but instead of walking away, pick yourself up, analyze what went right and what went wrong, and continue moving forward. So I've put together a little step-by-step guide with real-life examples from myself to make sure that you have a successful 2023. Step 1, decide where you want this year to go. For this step, it's important to look ahead and think about what you would like your life to look like in the next 1, 2, 5 years. For me, hopefully that will be a full-time content creator. Step 2, deeply understand the true reasons and motives for this decision. Understanding the true reason and motives behind this decision will make it so much more likely that you will actually go through with it. My main 4 reasons are to keep working for myself, to be able to work from anywhere, to make money, which I feel like people are ashamed to admit, and also to educate people. Step 3, understand the type of person you need to be and habits you need to build on. If you're trying to go to the gym, you need to know what they're thinking, what they're watching, what they're doing. This will help you to sort of create this new identity, which is far stronger than just relying on motivation. For me personally, it's understanding what a YouTuber is. I've noted down a YouTuber probably schedules editing and scripting days. They probably take classes on video creation. They probably outsource a lot of their jobs. They're probably a lot more active on social media than I am, and they probably consume content smarter. Step 4, set goals. Setting goals is a super important part of the procedure because it allows you to be accountable to yourself. Now, for me personally, one of the big goals that I've had from YouTube is to make 1 pence. That might seem ridiculous, but when that day finally comes, I will be super happy. I've also set the goal to average at least 1 video per week over the next 12 months. Now, this is quite a cool goal because it keeps you accountable throughout the year, and if you do have off days, it doesn't mean that everything is done. You can sort of make up for this as the year progresses onwards. Now, you might set a goal to average 2 gym sessions a week over the next year. Just make sure that you have some sort of tracking system to log every time you have a session so you can track over the year. And a little goal I've had is 20k subs by 2024. That might be a big one, but you can always help out by dropping a like and a subscription right now. Step 5, implementation. Now, this is the phase that actually requires action. What I've noted down is create a full YouTube schedule, i.e. when I will edit, when I'll script. I've said that I'm going to book my times out physically in a diary, and I'm also creating accountability by telling you guys and also telling my partner, which hopefully won't cause too many issues. Step 6, review. So me personally, I'm going to be having a 3-month interval review. I've created a document on Notion, which is going to be available to you guys if you'd like to use it. It's just a super simple review process that basically looks at how we're getting on throughout the year. And I always know reviews might seem mundane, but when you actually do them, they are so effective. If you have a date, you have a time where you're going to actually do your review, it is very helpful for long-term progress. And that has been my guide to mastering 2023. I hope you have an amazing new year and you start 2023 off with a bang and you finish it the same way. I would love you to go away now with a piece of paper and go through that step-by-step list, making your overall plan. Drop me a message or a comment what your goals are and what plans you're going to be making, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you very, very much for watching.